Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore a simple secret that has the power to quietly, yet completely, transform your entire existence. We are talking about your morning. Not your career, not your paycheck, not your past mistakes, and not the stress weighing you down. Just your morning. Because the way you start your day effectively dictates the way you start your life. This video is essential for everyone watching. Whether you are a student feeling mentally crushed, a professional tired of the daily grind, a parent balancing a dozen responsibilities, or simply someone trying to find a bit more calm and clarity, this is for you. In our fast, noisy, and draining world, your mind is basically under attack the moment you open your eyes. You are hit with notifications, urgent decisions, and endless distractions before you have even fully woken up. Without a solid system to guard your mental space first thing in the morning, you start your day already exhausted and scattered. But if you design a few powerful habits to rewire those first few hours, your entire emotional world will shift. You will stop waking up in chaos and start your days with peace. You will protect your mental health before it ever reaches a breaking point. You will become the kind of person who carries clarity into a messy world, instead of being destroyed by it. So, I am going to share 9 powerful, science-backed habits for a strong, peaceful, and balanced mind. No fluff, just real strategies that work. Habit 1. Wake up without the chaos. Let's be honest. Most people wake up in a state of panic. The alarm goes off, you hit snooze, and you are already behind. You grab your phone and start checking messages and social media before you have even blinked. Your heart rate spikes, your brain shifts into emergency mode, and your first thoughts are usually about stress and feeling overwhelmed. Imagine that happening every single day. Can you really expect to find peace or focus if your morning starts with pure noise? Of course not. This is why this habit is non-negotiable. When you wake up, your brain is in a gentle, slow state called theta. It is a peaceful, receptive phase. But the moment you pick up your phone, you shock your brain into a state of high alert. You release cortisol, the stress hormone, instantly. You are essentially training your mind to live in fight or flight mode from the very second you wake up. This is the root of overthinking and mental fog. Waking up without chaos means protecting your brain while it is still soft and quiet. Think of it like a beautiful library. Before the librarian opens the doors, a crowd of loud, messy people rushes in, shouting and throwing books everywhere. The library becomes useless. That is your brain when you let chaos enter first. But if the library opens slowly and prepares itself, it becomes a place of learning and insight. Your brain deserves the same care. Here are 5 simple steps. 1. Keep your phone far from your bed to force you to get up. 2. Use a soft, nature-inspired alarm sound instead of a jarring siren. 3. Sit up slowly and take 5 deep breaths to let your system adjust. 4. Do nothing for 2 minutes. No phone, just sit or stretch. These minutes tell your brain that you are in control. 5. Use a mental reset phrase like, "Today I will protect my mind." The way you wake up is not just a routine, it is a message to your brain. If the message is calm, your whole day follows. No panic, no noise, just peace. That is how the restart begins. Habit 2. Drink a glass of water. This one sounds almost too simple, right? It is so basic that most people just brush it off. They think it is just water. How much of a difference can that actually make? But here is the truth. This tiny habit is the master key to your mental clarity, your mood, and your energy levels for the entire day. If you skip this, you are starting your day in a state of dehydration, which leaves your brain feeling foggy, sluggish, and stressed without you even realizing why. Have you ever wondered why you feel so tired early in the morning? Or why you are suddenly irritated, anxious, or unable to focus on a simple task? The answer is usually much simpler than you think. Your mind is running on empty. When you sleep, you go 6 to 8 hours without a single drop of water. Your body loses fluids through breathing and sweating, yet your brain keeps working hard all night long. By the time your alarm goes off, your brain is essentially parched. A dehydrated brain is a slow brain. It struggles to process information, it overreacts to small stressors, and it feels drained even after a full night of sleep. This is not just some motivational talk. This is pure biology. Your brain is roughly 75% water. Even a slight dip in your hydration levels can cause your mental performance to take a noticeable hit. When you wake up and reach for coffee or your phone instead of water, you are basically trying to start a car with an empty fuel tank and then wondering why the engine won't run. Drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning does 5 powerful things for you. First, it rehydrates your brain, which instantly boosts your alertness. Second, it calms your nervous system, helping to dial down that early morning anxiety. Third, it helps flush out toxins, giving your mood a natural lift. Fourth, it kicks your digestion and metabolism into gear, making you feel lighter. And fifth, it is a massive signal of self-respect. It tells your mind, I am taking care of myself today. Think of a dried-up sponge. It is hard, brittle, and if you press on it, it might just break. But as soon as you pour water over it, it becomes soft, flexible, and useful again. Your brain in the morning is that sponge. Without water, you are stiff and reactive. With water, you become calm and ready for the day. You do not need more caffeine, you need hydration. Most people make the mistake of jumping straight to coffee or tea, but coffee on a dehydrated brain just spikes your stress hormones and leaves you feeling jittery. Water must always come first. Here is the simple plan. 1. Drink a full glass of water immediately after waking up, before you check your phone or have any coffee. 2. Keep it simple. Room temperature is perfect. You do not need any fancy additives. 3. Drink it mindfully. Do not just chug it down like a chore. Take slow, intentional sips and feel it waking up your body. If you want, a squeeze of lemon or a tiny pinch of salt can help, but plain water is more than enough. When you do this every single day, your brain begins to associate your morning routine with care and stability. You will notice that you feel less rushed, your thoughts are sharper, and your patience lasts longer. This is not a coincidence. It is your body thanking you for the respect. A healthy mind is built on these small, intelligent choices. It costs nothing, it takes 60 seconds, and it changes the way your brain feels for the next 12 hours. Water first, everything else can wait. Habit 3. Take a cold shower. To build a truly healthy mind, you have to train yourself to stay cool under pressure. And there is no better way to do that than by using cold water. This habit is not about being tough or showing off. It is about neurobiology, discipline, and building emotional resilience. Your mind craves control, especially in the morning. And the fastest way to master that control is to step into something uncomfortable and choose to stay calm anyway. That is exactly what a cold shower teaches you. Here is the science behind it. When that freezing water hits your skin, your heart rate naturally jumps, your breath gets shallow, and your brain immediately screams, "Get out, get warm, escape." In that exact moment, you are at a crossroads. You can react like everyone else and jump out to avoid the discomfort. Or you can consciously breathe through it and train your brain to stay grounded. If you choose to stay, you are effectively rewiring your nervous system to be less reactive, less anxious, and much more stable. This is not just theory, it is proven neuroscience. By controlling your breath in the cold, you are practicing how to stay calm when life throws real-world stress your way. Think of a tree growing on a high, windy mountain. The weather is brutal, the temperature drops fast, and the storms are unpredictable. But that tree does not snap. It grows deep roots and becomes incredibly strong because it has been trained by the elements. Now, compare that to a tree grown in a perfectly climate-controlled greenhouse. It has never known resistance, so the first time a real storm hits, it breaks. That is the difference between a mind that avoids discomfort and a mind that embraces it. Cold showers build that mountain tree strength inside you. Most people avoid this because it is uncomfortable. But that is precisely why it works. You are not doing this for your skin. You are doing this to become the kind of person who can look a difficult situation in the face and not panic. You are training your brain to act, not just react. After just a few days, you will notice that your morning anxiety drops significantly, your focus sharpens, and you stop avoiding hard things in other parts of your life. Here is how to start without being extreme. First, take your normal shower, but turn the water to cold for the last 30 to 60 seconds. Just breathe. Keep your breaths slow and deep. Do not move around frantically, just stay still. Second, focus entirely on your breathing. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds and exhale for 6 to 8 seconds. This specific rhythm forces your nervous system to switch from panic mode to calm mode. Third, be consistent. You do not do this to prove you are tough. You do it to build the mental software of someone who can show up and stay calm under pressure. Every morning you have a choice: escape or evolve. If you can breathe through the cold, you can stay calm in a stressful meeting, handle a tough argument, or focus when the world feels like it is falling apart. It starts with just 1 minute of cold water. That is how you become truly unshakable. Habit 4. Sit in silence and sunlight. 10 minutes. Your brain is not just tired, it is overloaded, overstimulated, and constantly plugged into noise that simply does not matter. To truly reset your life, you need to give your nervous system a break, and nothing does that faster than this single practice. Just sit in silence with the sun on your face for 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no scrolling. Just you, your breath, and the present moment. Your brain was never meant to handle the level of stimulation we face today. Every second you are awake, you are bombarded with screens, notifications, and endless content. This constant input burns out your ability to focus and keeps your emotions on edge. That is why so many people feel exhausted, even when they haven't done any hard work. They are not tired from labor, they are tired from the constant mental noise. What your mind is actually craving is space. When you sit in silence, especially under natural light, something incredible happens. Your heart rate slows down, your stress hormones begin to fade, and your nervous system resets. Your mind stops fighting the world and starts listening to itself. Think of a muddy river. When the water is rushing, everything is cloudy and chaotic. But if you stop the flow for a few minutes, the dirt settles to the bottom, the water becomes still, and you can finally see clearly. That is your mind. Most people are running through life like that rushing river, never stopping to let the dirt settle. But when you sit in silence, you allow the water to become clear, and for the first time, you can hear what you actually need and what truly matters. Clarity is not found in thinking more. It is found in thinking less and observing more. Here is how to do it right. First, go outside or sit near a window where you can feel the sun. Natural light triggers your brain to release serotonin, which is your natural mood booster, and helps reset your internal clock. Second, leave your phone in another room. This is not break time. This is healing time. Do not use this as a chance to think about your to-do list. Just look at the sky, feel the air, and notice your breathing. Third, start with 5 minutes and build up to 15. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that is just proof that your brain needs this space. When you do this consistently, your mental clarity will skyrocket, your emotional reactions will soften, and your inner voice will become much stronger. You will start to find peace without needing anything from the outside world. The modern world is constantly shouting at you to do more and scroll more, but your soul is whispering for you to be still. If you want a healthy mind, you don't need more energy. You need more stillness. Clarity doesn't shout. It only arrives when your mind is quiet enough to hear it. Sit in the sun, breathe, and listen. This 10-minute ritual might just become the most important part of your day. Habit 5. Move your body, even just for 5 minutes. You do not need a gym membership, fancy equipment, or even a massive boost of motivation to make this happen. You just need to move. When your body is in motion, your brain wakes up. Many people get this wrong. They think exercise is only for fitness buffs or people trying to hit a weight goal. But the reality is that movement is medicine. It is not just about your physical health, it is about your mental state. Every time you get your blood pumping, you release endorphins, which are your body's natural feel-good chemicals, while simultaneously lowering cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps you feeling on edge. Think about it. When you are feeling anxious, stuck, or spiraling into overthinking, where is your body? Usually, you are slumped in a chair or curled up on the couch. Your physical energy is frozen, and because of that, your mind feels frozen too. But the moment you stand up, stretch your arms, or do a few jumping jacks, you break that cycle. It is like unblocking a clogged pipe. Imagine a water tank where the pipe is stuffed with debris. The water has plenty of energy to flow, but it is trapped. Your brain is the water, and your body is the pipe. If you keep your body still and closed off, your thoughts will never flow with clarity. Even a tiny bit of movement clears that pipe, and suddenly you feel alert and alive again. The biggest mistake most people make is waiting until they feel motivated to exercise. But motivation is not the starting point. It is the result. It comes after you move, not before. So instead of telling yourself you will hit the gym later, just commit to moving for 5 minutes right now. Here is your simple movement menu. First, a morning jump start. Right when you wake up, do 10 squats, 10 push-ups against the wall, or just reach for the sky and breathe deeply. Don't call it a workout, call it a mental switch. It tells your brain that the day has officially begun and that you are in the driver's seat. Second, a midday wake-up. When that 2 p.m. slump hits, don't reach for sugar or your phone. Stand up, walk around the room, do some lunges, or roll your neck. This movement sends fresh oxygen to your brain and resets your focus for the rest of the day. Third, an evening reset. Before dinner, put on some chill music and do a few minutes of light stretching or yoga. This signals to your body that it is time to wind down and let go of the day's tension. We live in a world where we are glued to chairs and screens, and movement has become a luxury. But your mind was never designed to be stationary all day. Even the great thinkers of the past were known to pace back and forth while they worked. They understood that a moving body creates a flowing mind. It is not about burning calories. It is about activating your inner power. Remember this simple rule. A still body leads to a still, stagnant brain, but a moving body creates a moving, creative mind. You are not a machine meant to sit in one place. You are a living, breathing force. Don't wait to feel good before you move. Move first, and the good feelings will follow. Habit 6. Disconnect from the world for 1 hour a day. Silence isn't empty. It is actually full of the answers you have been looking for. We live in an era of non-stop noise. You get a notification every few seconds, ads are popping up in every direction, and the news is specifically designed to keep you in a state of panic. Social media is basically engineered to make you compare your life to everyone else's highlight reel. Your brain wasn't built to handle this much input. Every single ping, scroll, and alert is like a tiny electric shock to your nervous system. The cost? You lose sight of who you are. You stop reflecting and start just reacting. You think you are tired, but you are actually overstimulated. You think you lack motivation, but you are just distracted. You think you need more dopamine, but what you actually need is a digital detox. Imagine a crystal clear lake. It is peaceful and still, and you can see all the way to the bottom. Now, imagine someone throwing 100 rocks into it every minute. What happens? The water becomes cloudy, messy, and chaotic. You can't see a thing. That is what your mind looks like at the end of every day if you never disconnect. Your clarity isn't gone, it is just buried under a mountain of digital noise. You don't need to move to a remote cabin in the woods or delete every app you own to fix this. You just need 1 protected hour every single day. No internet, no scrolling, no responding to people, just pure silence. Here is how you can use that hour to reclaim your life. First, sit in stillness for at least 10 minutes. Close your eyes. Put your phone in another room and just breathe. Let your thoughts come and go without trying to fight them. It will feel uncomfortable at first, and that is perfectly okay. That discomfort is just your brain letting go of its digital addiction. Second, get a notebook and write down what is actually on your mind. Ask yourself the hard questions. What is draining my energy? What am I genuinely proud of? What am I avoiding? Writing is like a mirror. It shows you your reality without any filters. Third, read something that actually builds you up. Pick up a physical book instead of a feed. Feed your soul with knowledge rather than feeding your scroll addiction. Finally, go for a walk without your phone. Leave it behind. Just walk, breathe, and observe the world around you. You will be surprised at how quickly you start hearing your own thoughts again. This 1 hour will become the most valuable part of your day. It repairs your nervous system, resets your attention span, and reconnects you to your inner truth. You simply cannot restart your life if you never hit the pause button. So for 60 minutes a day, leave the world behind and come back to yourself. Reclaim your mind. That is where your real life actually begins. Habit 7. Plan your tomorrow before you sleep. Every successful, calm, and focused person you admire shares one specific secret. They don't wake up in the morning and waste precious energy deciding what to do. They already have a clear direction. When you map out your tomorrow the night before, you wake up with immediate momentum. But when you don't, you hand your day over to random notifications, mood swings, other people's agendas, and your own tendency to procrastinate. Think of your day as a train moving along a track. If you haven't laid out the track the night before, your train is going to derail, get lost, waste fuel, and end up nowhere important. But if the track is clear and ready, your day runs smoothly, fast, and with purpose. That track is your plan. Right before bed, take 10 minutes to do this. Grab a notebook or a journal and write down 3 simple things. First, identify your one most important task. Ask yourself, if I could only accomplish one thing tomorrow that would truly move my life forward, what would it be? Write that at the top. That is your priority. Do that before you even touch your phone. Second, list your top 3 must-do tasks. These aren't urgent emails or random chores. These are your personal goals, health habits, or important decisions. Don't list 20 things, just pick 3 that matter. Third, visualize your morning. Before you close your eyes, see it in your mind. Imagine yourself waking up, drinking your water, making your bed, and starting your day with intention. This is mental rehearsal. It wires your brain for action, programming your morning before the day even begins. Planning your day the night before does wonders for your mental health. It slashes morning anxiety, helps you fall asleep faster because your mind feels settled, and builds discipline without the need for force. You cannot expect to transform your life if every single day is just a reaction to what happens to you. You have to become the architect of your own time. Your days are the bricks, your habits are the hammer, and your life is the building. Make sure you are building something you can be proud of. Plan your tomorrow tonight. Habit 8. Audit your mind every single night. Every day you live is essentially a chapter in your life. But here is the cold, hard truth. If you never stop to review that chapter, you will never learn from it. You will never grow. You will keep repeating the same mistakes, and you will stay stuck in the same cycles while wondering why nothing ever changes. Peaceful, high-performing people treat every evening like a simple, honest conversation with themselves. They don't audit their mind to feel guilty or ashamed. They do it to gain clarity. Think of a pilot flying a plane. If they never checked the dashboard, never adjusted their course, and never learned from the turbulence, they would eventually run out of fuel or crash. Your mind works the same way. You need to check in every night so that tomorrow you can fly better. This process takes 5 minutes, but it is a total game changer. Just write down these 5 questions in your journal and answer them honestly. First, what did I do today that made me feel proud? Maybe it was waking up on time, skipping the social media scroll, or staying calm during a tough conversation. Capture the win, even if it is tiny. This builds your confidence. Second, what drained my energy today? Was it a specific person, a negative thought, or a habit you are trying to break? Identify it. When you bring it into the light, you gain the power to change it. Third, what did I avoid today and why? Did you skip that workout or put off that big decision? Was it fear, laziness, or just confusion? This question reveals the real obstacles hiding in your mind. Fourth, what thoughts controlled me today? Were you stuck in a loop of worry or doubt, or were you focused and grateful? Identifying the winning thought helps you take back control. Fifth, what do I want to repeat tomorrow? Was there a specific moment of focus or a good habit that worked well? Lock it in. This is how you build true consistency. Most people are addicted to the noise of the world. They are terrified of sitting alone with their own thoughts, so they run from self-reflection. But reflection isn't a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate tool for evolution. You cannot fix what you don't understand, and you certainly cannot improve what you don't track. This habit is like looking into a mirror, not to judge yourself, but to understand yourself. Every night is a gift, one last opportunity to learn from the day that just passed. Don't waste it. Reflect with total honesty. Track your progress, celebrate your small wins, and learn from your quiet struggles. Because every great mind was first a self-aware mind. You don't need a new year or a perfect moment to change. You just need to own your mornings, protect your energy, plan your days, and reflect on your mind. This is how you restart your life with small daily habits that change everything. You get one life, so make sure you build a mind you are actually proud to live with. If this video helped you, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to my channel. We create powerful, life-changing content to help you improve your mindset, your discipline, and your success. Drop a comment below. Which habit are you starting tomorrow morning? Let's build a better mind and restart our lives together.